Come follow the brick wall. It's your girl Eva K, and I'm ready to eat. Hey, who ready to eat with me? Who ready to come bread with me? Let's break bread. Come break bread with me. Let's break bread. We about to eat this food and get fed. Come break bread with me. Let's break bread. Now bow your head, hey, cause we gotta say the grace, cause we about to eat. We about to eat. I can't wait to eat. Let's eat, big girls. Are you ready to eat? Come eat with me and let's talk. I want to get all in your business. What you gotta say? What you gotta say? I'm ready to laugh and I'm ready to play. Come on and break bread with your girl Eva K. Let's break bread. Hey, it's your host, your girl Eva K, and I am here with the great Miss K.C. Listen. I'm excited. I'm glad.
I'm excited. I'm so glad you're here.
Yes,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
In this fashion. Yeah, I don't even know. Y'all don't know nothing about fashion, but we about to learn today.
Yes, honey.
So let's get out our shout outs and stuff at the beginning. You know, then we'll say our grace and get it in because we got a lot to talk about.
Amen.
Shout out to Keon Dunn.
Yes.
Key Music.
Thank you.
They talk about you so much. Like,
I talk about them so much.
Yes,
they're so amazing. You. I love her.
They sponsored our food, which came from Applebee's.
Okay,
now,
great.
I hope I got what you like. I got steak and shrimp parmesan with broccoli and then parmesan mashed potatoes. My shirt is sponsored. Well, you know, my merch comes from Minty Boutique, Sierra Campbell, which I'm doing a photo shoot.
Yes.
And I'm using one of her dresses, and I'm also using Diva B's dress too.
Yes.
So yes, do you have any shout outs?
I've gone to a blank. I don't know. I always just shout out everybody who supports me. It's kind of like some Easter egg stuff. I root for everybody black, you know.
Hello,
I root
black.
for facts. But I root for everybody who roots for me. So, Christy, I really appreciate it. You know, Knoxville has truly been a supportive team for me, like just as a whole. So yeah, so I thank you, Knoxville.
Yeah, Knoxville dope, man. We got some talented
for real
kings and queens in our city.
Yes.
Well, let's say our grace. Don't laugh. Everybody always laugh when I say
I'm gonna try
grace.
not to. Okay.
Bow your head for me.
Okay.
Now we thank you. Now we thank you for our food. For our food. Father God, we thank you. Father God, we thank you. Amen. Amen. Look, I told you I work in preschool. That was my mama thing when she had her daycare. So I just, you know.
I was here for it.
Look, that's
I didn't know it was a lullaby, but I'm here. Okay. Okay, take me back.
K.C.
Yes, girl.
Talk to me.
Here.
So I know you're not from the city. So where you from?
I'm not. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, big city girl.
Yes, more so Marietta, Smyrna area, but I'm so used to saying that because now Marietta is more on the map compared to what it used to be. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, Marietta, Smyrna area to be specific. But I moved everywhere. So my mother is a true northern girl. She's from Michigan, from Detroit, Michigan. Okay. So I had some upbringing there. And then I also lived in Florida, Alabama. I ain't lived everywhere. So, yeah, it's been a thing, but it's been great. So my dad is from here, from Knoxville, Tennessee. So that's how I ended up being here, taking care of my grandparents. And when I moved here to take care of them, they both were ill at the time. My grandmother had dementia, and then my grandfather had cancer. And so I wasn't doing anything at the time. I got fired from a job, and I was like, F this job. I don't care anyway. Y'all country anyway. Y'all can't handle me anyway.
Period.
So I was happy to go. It was a lot of issues there, and I wasn't doing anything. And so they asked if I was planning to visit here for Christmas. And so they were like, would you mind coming a little early to help us with your grandmother? And I was like, I mean, of course, grandma. So I came, and then a week after Christmas, my grandfather passed. And so I decided to stay because my dad had accepted a job, thinking that things were better with him. And so I didn't want to leave them hanging. So I stayed. And so while doing that, I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Because one, is no fashion here. So I thought. And then I was in fashion school at the time previously and stuff. And so I just was like, I'll go to school for hair and makeup because I like makeup. But I could not find a school. So I kept running into cosmetology, and I'm like, okay, I'll just go to school for everything, get all the money, and then see what shake from there. And so in beauty school, I created a business in beauty school, and it just took off ever since.
So was you doing hair before though? Like, would you do like your cousin's hair and stuff?
No, my family still jokes with me. Yes, girl, I was not doing nobody hair for nothing. I could curl some hair, and I would do my own little hair, you know. But that's different, like in high school and stuff, when you just playing around and, you know, at the time doing little twist outs before they was twist outs and, you know, that type of stuff. Like, I wasn't nobody's hairstylist at all. I could do some makeup, and I could put your style, like your outfit together. But as far as hair, no ma'am, no.
So what business did you create in beauty school?
So I created a business, and it was called Sassinage at the time. And that was where I was doing hair, makeup, like I'm doing now, and then I was taking people's photos. Because the number one problem people had when I was trying to get photography clients was, oh, well, my hair doesn't look good, I don't look nice. And I was like, oh, I can solve the problem.
So you're a one-stop shop.
I'm a one-stop shop all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yes, all the time.
That's dope too though. Because you do see some pictures like, dang, he could have told her she had a booger in her nose, or he could have did
help
that.
her out. Damn, she paying you.
Look,
you know,
CJ McKinney, that's my dude.
That's my guy.
You know what I'm saying? But I'd be like, dang, CJ, why you have to post a picture of a girl like that? You could have told her to, you know, bitch a bra.
Absolutely. And it's okay to go in. They hired you, so they obviously trust you to touch a little bit. Don't go overboard, but you know what I'm saying. So, yeah. So here I am. And I worked with one salon. I worked with one major salon here in Knoxville. And that's where I wanted to start. Or that's where I wanted to finish with that type of clientele. So I started there and then left there. I was with them for 2.5 years. Traveled with them, did competitions, all that stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, I outgrew them because they weren't about putting you on for real. They was about what they could get. And so from there, I did booth rent, but then I started working with so many like local photographers, like being their right hand girl doing hair and makeup, that I was barely in the salon for the booth rent. So I was just wasting money.
So you just paying
just pasting, absolutely. So I was like, yeah, we not doing that no more. So now I have my local clients, like my little clients that keep me going in between time. And I just do them out of my house, or I go to them. And then, but mainly how I make my money and all the things I do is social media, photography, or excuse me, not photography, but working with photographers and then commercials.
Wow.
Yeah.
But are you self-taught with photography?
Definitely. I came from a family that was, my grandfather was a photographer for the city of Knoxville for TVA. So he was the guy that was up in the helicopters taking pictures of the city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he like man, we have so many photos when he passed away. He was like with Nina Simone when Nina Simone came here in Knoxville. He took pictures of her with her. He has so many people that he's photographed here in Knoxville. So Brett Blue is my cousin. So we know who the other photographers. So we all just kind of have the photography bug. So yeah, that's.
Have you thought about taking like some of your granddaddy pictures to the vet culture?
They have asked multiple times, but my aunt is not ready to let them go yet. So yeah, but
I got you.
Yes,
that is awesome.
We have multiple, yeah.
That's Black history.
Absolutely, it is.
Black excellence.
And then my grandmother and grandfather, they started, along with her brother, started one of the first Black magazines or the newspaper at UT. So, and it was called, man, my auntie's gonna be mad at me for not remembering. Ooh, I don't even want to mess it up. I'm not gonna mess it up, but that's what they did. So until funding and all that stuff got cut for it.
So hustling and being a creator and
it's in my blood, baby.
All that is in your blood. Run thick.
Thick.
So let me ask you this: you just wrote a styling guide.
I did,
and I keep seeing you pop up on the news, not just my news feed, but the actual news. So what got you there, and what is a styling guide? Because somebody like me, I have no sense of style.
Yes.
I can't even do a ponytail. Listen.
That's okay.
I had dreads for 5 years. And every time I would go to my stylist, she'd hit me in the back of my head like,
you ain't taking care of them. Girl, you
put
got
this attachment
to.
in your hair, do this. I'm like, girl, that's too much work. I got locks, so I wouldn't have to do all that. She was like, no.
You still got to moisturize them, cleanse them, brush them.
When I tell you I didn't know that.
For a little lint roll. Yeah, girl.
I didn't know none of that.
It's still a job. Absolutely. I should have brought my real silver.
Hello.
And they go. But, what am I saying? So, a style guide is, or how we break this down? To get to the news first? Let's talk about the news first. Mm-hmm. So, the news, so I was working with a photographer who ended up having a videographer in her studio one day.
Okay.
And the videographer and I were becoming friends and cool because she was coming a lot, you know, when this photographer was first starting off, whatever. So they ended up having a slot. She worked at the news station. She worked for Living East Tennessee. Okay. And so they had a slot open that day for a segment. And she reached out to me and she was like, hey, do you think you would be interested in doing like some hair and makeup stuff? I'm like, of course. Like, that's not an everyday opportunity. Like, I'll be there. Tell me when, where, all the things. Mm-hmm. So I went for the first time. It went on without a hitch, and they kept inviting me back and inviting me back again and again and again. Mm-hmm. And so I just developed a relationship with the ladies that hosted the show, as well as the producers and the directors and things like that there. And so they always just made room for me for doing hair and makeup segments and styling segments and stuff like that. So it really just became a relationship, and they just always looked out. So
that's dope.
Yeah, so that's how it began. And so I just was grateful that they appreciated my personality to want to keep, as well as my tips and things, to want to keep seeing me back again and again. So they always ask, like, you have anything exciting coming up? You can always come back. And I probably could have came back even more, but I'm like, it's planning that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? Everything you do, or at least I do. And then as far as the style guide, you know, like I was telling you earlier, my family and friends and everybody around me, they are always asking me, well, where did you get this? Or how did you do that? Or where... It's like, let me put in a book for you, okay? Because I can't keep asking, at this point, a consultation fee, because it's too much. So if I just bottled it all up and put it in one presentation to be able to help everybody, because I want people to feel good when they wake up in the morning. You know, it doesn't matter your shape, it doesn't matter your size, it does not matter your ethnicity, it don't matter none of that. Like, a good outfit is a good outfit. If you go shopping, you go shopping. It doesn't matter if you get your outfit or your top from Cracker Barrel, Walmart, or if you get it from Saks. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Quality is quality. A good outfit is a good outfit. So the style guide, which is called Style Cultvates Confidence, is helping anyone like build their own personal style, which is going to help you build your confidence. When you feel good, you look good. When you look good, you feel good. So
you have a better attitude when you
absolutely
look good.
You do. You really do. It just, you know, people always talk about, you're so colorful. Yeah, because I'm cheerful. I don't want to be down all the time. You know, so I wear color to boost my mood. So it's just, yeah. So in the book, it talks about a little bit of everything. Is going down from your underwear, what type of bra to wear, what type of underwear to wear, what type of all of the things. Is talking about how different hairstyles complement your outfits and your overall style. You know, if you're modern and, you know, minimalist, or if you're extra like me, you know, it goes into that. And then it also talks about your overall health, because when you are working out or eating better, however, that does reflect your clothes, you know. So, and people don't think about that, but it's just the truth. So, so it got all of that in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how do we purchase the style guide?
Go to the website. So the website is my name, 2 letters, a K and a C, and then Colemon, COLEMON.com. And then you go there, it'll guide you to get to the style book, and it's only $25. So I'm spilling beans of all the good stuff for $25.
The key.
Okay.
She giving you the key.
Right. Right.
You hear me?
Absolutely.
Now I know you are busy. Busy. Plus you're a mom.
I am a mom.
So how do you juggle being an entrepreneur, being a mom, and then you travel on top of that?
I do travel. Yeah. So I don't think about it. I just do it, you know, straight up. Because when you think about it, that's when you start getting overwhelmed. And that's when you start doubting yourself and telling yourself you can't do it. And, oh, my God, it's too much. And turning this opportunity away and that opportunity for what? Like, you know, I explained to my daughter, her and I have a great relationship. And I just let her know, I'm living just like you living. I got one opportunity. You know, I don't know if it's going to present itself to me again. So I actually just got an opportunity to do a movie next week. It's going to begin next week, and it's going to be for a month's time. And so I'm pulling her out of school. Homeschool it is. She's going to be shipped off to my mama, and my mom's going to hold it down for me, and she's going to link up with some other kids that's in her area and stuff that do the same thing. But it's just explaining to her, like, yo, you know, I have to pay the bills where you live. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep that and maintaining a lifestyle. You like the shoes you got on, guess who got to get them for you? And guess what I got to do to do it? I ain't out here selling no thighs. So we got to do something, you know what I mean? So
that's a big opportunity. Right.
So it's things like that. It's just about open conversation, and she's not going backwards by any means. You know, my daughter is definitely the head of her class in everything. So she really does need to be homeschooled because she gets outside tutoring. She's in so many things herself. So honestly, her and I keep each other going. Because if I ain't got something going, she definitely does.
Yeah, because she's a model.
She models, yes. She models. She has her own little business that she does. So her and I work together a lot. Exchanging ideas and doing different things. And she's 10. So, yeah.
That's a good age, too. Especially to have that mother-daughter bond.
Yeah.
Because I just shared a post. It was about a lady talking about her daughter. She has 2. One is 8 and one is 6.
Okay.
And she was saying how her little daughter, the 6-year-old, she loves her. Like, worships the ground she walks on. But the 8-year-old, she hates her. And she don't know why. The 8-year-old is always so moody, but she don't like her. She don't have a bond with her. And, you know, I always put on my captions, I'm not here to judge, but to have an open dialogue. And it's just sad to me how many black women inbox me and was like, well, that was me and my mom.
Oh, yeah.
My mom didn't like me, or...
Yeah.
It's like, I have a baby girl.
So
I couldn't imagine not
I know.
liking my baby.
I know it. Well, I grew up as the only child. Ooh. So me and my mom have a great relationship, but I have other siblings.
Oh, gotcha. I'm one of 7 in the house, so my mom had 7 kids.
Okay, so my dad married. So with my dad, it's 3 of us together, and then my dad married his high school sweetheart, and she came into the marriage with 10. So it's all of us at one time. So, and then I'm the oldest out of everything. So it's like I was one of the first grandchildren. So all my cousins are my siblings because we're all a year apart. We're all like stair steps. So we, you know, when I do a lot of the things and stuff in Atlanta, it's because I'm working with my cousins and stuff who are also like at the top tier. Absolutely.
Oh, got you.
So, but it all works. So I didn't necessarily, I feel I can relate to my daughter 100%, but I can also, like I was just telling her today, like, go outside, meet some friends. You know, I was shy at first as a kid, and then the more I kept moving around, I definitely started to open up. But, you know, it's so, you got to have conversations. So I'm just kind of really just parenting my daughter how I was parented, whether it was from my mom or from my village that helped raise me. And we definitely got a village to help me go and do what I have to do. Yeah, so that's that.
I love that. I love family. Like, family
I love
is
family.
everything to me.
I love family, man. Family be tripping, but I love them.
They do. I don't even have a rebuttal, period. Yes, they do. Let me ask you this question. So when I hear you talk, okay, so my whole concept of my show is I want to bridge like the elite Knoxville with the people like me, you know, just the regular everyday people.
You elite.
No, you're elite, baby. That's what I'm trying to get. Like, that's what I'm trying to get to. Because when I hear you talk, and just from hearing your name out there, I always hear it amongst like the wealthier black women.
Mm-hmm.
Like you come, you style them, you working more high end. Do you? How can I put this? Like, do you ever help like people like? Well, yeah, you help me.
Yeah.
But like, do you have clients that are not elites?
Yes.
So you help everybody.
I help everybody because I am everybody. You know, I am a single black woman for so long. You know, I was just telling my mom today, like, stuff gets rough over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the longest time, when I first moved here, didn't know nothing about Section 8, didn't know nothing about welfare, just because my mom never did it. It's not that she couldn't have, but she just didn't. But I was on Section 8 for I don't know how long, just because I needed the help. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever look at someone, she got, because I don't shop for people. If you want to drop $1,000 or a band or however you want to word it, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can only afford $100, amazing. You know, I'm definitely never gonna cut anyone's experience with me short because they couldn't afford me.
Gotcha.
I would never do that.
Gotcha.
Because I was every woman that I represent every woman that, or man, I work with a lot of men too. So I would never cut an experience short or whatever just because they can't afford me. Absolutely not.
Listen, talking to you, I sent her 2 dresses. She sent me back from the earrings to it was amazing. The head wraps, the mask that matched the head wraps, matched the shoes, and she went off what I had in my closet.
Right.
Which I was like, because when at first I was like, oh my gosh, she would want me to go buy some stuff. I ain't got no money right now.
Right.
She was like, oh no, we're gonna make this work.
That's right.
It's like, wow, I love that.
Because that's what styling and personal style is about. You know, it doesn't matter if you go to Africa, you go to Asia. They are working with what they have. You know, you can normally find a villager who look more bomb than somebody who got the designer stuff on. They just got the money to afford, but it's not about how they put it together. You know, what story are you telling? Well, how are you being resourceful? How are you being innovative? That's what personal style truly is about. So if you can make this belt into a headband, okay, now you're thinking about how to use it in sustainability. You know, you got to stretch this dollar. We know what it is to stretch rice. You got to stretch this belt too, to make this outfit work. So that's how I look at it. I don't look at people's wallets. Like, no, because I got some people who can afford me and who I don't want to be my client.
Oh, hello.
You know what I mean?
Right, I got you.
So it don't matter.
See, my thing, when I think of stylist, I automatically think celebrity. I never think like, okay, somebody like me could use a stylist.
Absolutely.
But then doing a photo shoot, I'm like, well, I don't know what looks right.
Right.
So boom.
Right.
K.C. Call K.C. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to get a little personal. So you just posted some pictures. That was a bomb, by the way. Okay, I was looking like, is this the same? I'm scrolling like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
With your little love. So how is that? You balancing mommyhood, entrepreneurship, traveling, now your love.
Love ain't love no more. So I guess I am just hard to date. I know I'm not. But it ended this past weekend, so I'm single again. Yes, I am. But it just takes it takes a person who understands truly what I do to be with me. You know, if I work long hours, I don't need you to be jealous at my computer or my clients because they're getting my time. And it's no disrespect, but it's disrespectful to me that that this is my bread and butter, and if I can't make my living, then who am I and what am I? Because I live and breathe for what I do. So it's almost not to be personal, but it is personal because this is who I am. I love what I do. I work long hours, but I absolutely make time for everybody that I'm with. From my best friends, they flew in so one flew in from Florida. The other one just moved back to Atlanta. So we were all planning to have like this group trip in Atlanta. He was coming along, and it was just, I feel some jealousy there, and it's like, nah, we just gonna 86 it, because I just don't have the time. And it's not that I didn't try. We tried this was our third time trying. So I'm good. Like, it's nothing else. I'm good.
You're so resilient and strong.
I mean, but you have to be. What else do you do? You know, me and my best friends, we talk about these things. Like, I don't have time to cry about it. I'm trying to work on that. Cry it out and then move on. But I'm just used to not cry at all. I'm trying to learn to cry.
Oh, wow.
No, it's bad. But at the same time, seriously though, like, no, I don't have time. Like, either we're going to do this and we're going to do it for real, or we're not. Because, no, I will make time for you always. Because I want you to do the same for me, but I definitely need you to understand me, man. That's big. You know?
Do you know who CJ So Cool is, the YouTuber?
I don't think so.
He's a rapper / YouTuber, DJ, or whatever. Okay. But he just broke up with his girlfriend publicly, and they have all these kids together, or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And the first thing he said was, "You're so jealous of me."
Yeah.
And
some people don't get that.
He said, I was sleeping with the person who was my number one hater. Like, no matter what I did, no matter how good I try to be, you always downplayed my success. When you, who was sleeping beside me, should have been the one
absolutely
celebrating
me on and all that. And that's saying a lot, you know. And I don't want to make it seem like this person was that, because they definitely were rooting me on. But I equally wanted to root them on. Mm-hmm. And I want you to be just as independent as I am. That shit's sexy. It's sexy when you, like, talking contracts and, you know, you're talking about, like, your client today. Like, ooh, okay, and how much money is that? And, you know, because you can then teach me something. Mm-hmm. But when it's always just, well, what time you gonna be done? What you doing? You know what I'm doing. I'm working. Like, you know where I'm at. You know what I'm doing. It's nothing more than that. It's nothing more than that. So.
I got you. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're gonna get off that little subject.
It's all good.
So, this the last thing I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
And then we can, tie it all around or whatever. Right. Finance wise, like, how do you be an entrepreneur? Because I know that is a tough thing for most entrepreneurs, keeping your books in order.
Absolutely.
So who taught you about finances, and how do you keep your finances in order?
That's a great question. I'm still learning, honestly, because financial literacy was not something that I really grew up with as far as business. You know, I knew how to balance a checkbook, but who really writing checks like that? You know what I'm saying? Fair. So that's something completely different. Right. So that's just something that's completely different. So I have a lot of my mentors, like photographers I worked with, they have been kind enough to show me different things. I take a lot of courses and like extended education from other entrepreneurs who do what I do, so that they teach me their ways of how to balance this and do that. But it's definitely a struggle, because today you can be popping, or this month you got a great month, and then next month you're like, who am I again? Does anybody know me? Like, do y'all like me? Like, what's going on? And you can be dry. So I definitely learned from one of the people that I follow, that the way that you do it is like on a calendar. You just kind of pretty much like space things out. So for instance, I'll be doing the movie this week. Okay, well, I'm probably by the end of that week, I'm probably going to bank something. But a lot of times when you work these bigger gigs, you don't get paid till like 30 days later. So people always think that you get your money immediately. No, I get my money immediately from clients, like, everyday people. I don't get my big money from these big commercials. I get bigger money, but I don't get it immediately. So you definitely have to learn how to space things out, get your gas, get your food, get all that stuff, and make sure that you are really spacing things out. And so that's why something like the ebook is a great afloat for me, because that's an ongoing thing that I don't never have to think about. It's just making money for me. So it's things like that you just have to start putting into place, so that money can start being made for you. and you're not thinking about it. You just can, you know, because when I go to work, that's just like having fun, you know. But something like doing the ebook, that was some thought, like, and then I go put it out there. So it's just been a lot of things that I'm still working on to do. I'm still learning to do. I just learn from everywhere, you know. In any business, I feel you always have to have the attitude of a student, you know. You're never gonna stop learning.
Right.
So that's my attitude all the time.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Well, anything that you want to put out there in the universe or let you know, let the people know about you.
Yes, I'm gonna be a millionaire by next year. That's out in the universe. I'm gonna have a nice condo out in the universe, as well as a bonus car. Okay.
Yes.
And a man can go inside. But as far as how you all can reach me, I am everywhere pretty much. My Instagram is my full name, so Kristen is the K and a C, and then it's my last name Coleman.
With the O.
Right, with an O, yes, not M-A-N, M-O-N. And then my website is kccoleman.com. I'm just on all platforms, so I'm on Facebook. I'm starting my YouTube, so don't judge. I know, but I'm getting there, and it'll be there, and it's under my name as well, K.C. Colemon. So yeah. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Queen. I am so glad we got to talk. Likewise. We'll definitely have a part 2.
Yes. All right.
Because I'm ready to know about this movie you're doing. I want to, do a whole follow-up.
Okay.
About you. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Seriously.
Shout out to Keon and them. Thank y'all so much. Have a blessed day. Wow.